Hello friends, welcome back. Life is more fun if you play games, right? Yes, but it will be much more fun and satisfying if we create our own games. And that too, if we create a famous game, a very popular game. Wow, sounds good, right? Yes, we are embarking to an exciting journey to create our own personalized version of Flappy Bird using the capabilities of PictoBlox human body detection. Yes, you can see here how I have created the game. So I've created a Flappy Bird and it tries to reach the destination, that is the red color line, and if it touches the green pipe, it displays a message, oops, try again, and again you have to start from the beginning and until it reaches the destination line without touching the pipe. That is the game. That also it has to move along with your hand movement. So that is the human by detecting your hand movement, human body detection, right? It's very interesting when we code this game. Okay, wow, you're one. So this is what we are going to create today. For creating this game, we need 3 sprites. Let's code one by one. Okay, so you can see what are the requirements, what are the planning we have to make. So we need a Flappy Bird, and then we need pipes, okay, and then we need a finishing line, that is the end line, and a background. Okay, so we need 3 sprites. Okay, 3 sprites and one backdrop or the background, Flappy Bird, pipes, and end line. So let's open PictoBlox. Okay, fine. Now let's delete this Toby sprite and I'm going to upload a sprite, the Flappy Bird. Okay, let's change the size of the Flappy Bird as 30. Okay, so now this is my Flappy Bird, and let's create a pipe also. So I'm just adding a pipe and I'm going to change the size of the pipe to 60. You can change the size as per your requirement. Okay, and so this is my pipe, and we can add a backdrop also. So I'm adding the backdrop. This is my backdrop. I'm opening my backdrop. So this backdrop is not fitting my background, so I'm going to convert to vector. So you can move the image like this and then you can extend as per the requirement. See, it has come to the full screen. Okay, done. Let's go to the Python interface. Now we have two sprites, right? One is the Flappy Bird and the other one is the pipe. Let's start coding one after the other. So whenever we start the game, I need the Flappy Bird on this side, and to get the Flappy Bird on the left side, let's use the sprite function. So first let's code the Flappy Bird. Okay, so here is this Flappy Bird. Okay, I'm going to code. So to get the Flappy Bird on the left side, let's use the sprite function. Okay, so I want for example, you can see here, so this should be my initial the Flappy Bird's position. Okay, this is the X position. So don't worry, you can take the position of X and Y from this here itself, from the settings itself. You can see here X position is -203 and the Y position is 7. Okay, so I'm going to use here sprite dot X. Okay, set X value, the value fx is -203 -203. Okay, So to set the x value, we have done. Similarly, in the same way, we have to set the y value also. So sprite dot set y. What is the y value? Let's change the y value a little, and I'm doing, yeah, now it is fine. I'm going to give it as 50. Okay, so now this is done. So x value is set to -103 and the y value is set to 50. Okay, so the x and y value, it is very simple to set the x and y value by looking at the sprite control panel. Okay, next we want to we want to follow our hand. The sprite has to follow our hand, right? So to do this, we have to load the extension pose. Okay, that is the human body detection extension. That has to be done. So I am going to create an extension called hand is equal to posenet. Okay, so this is done. And the next part is we have to turn on the video, right? So for this, and after turning on the video, we have to enable the box so that it will follow my hand, right? So let's do that. So hand dot video. Okay, I'm going to on the video, and then I'm going to give 60. You can give 50 or 60, whatever it is. We need transparency, right? So here we need transparency. That's what I've given 60. Okay, then let's enable the enable box. Hand dot enable box. So this helps us in accurate tracking of the points of the hand. Okay, so that is we get the 20 points on hands, right? Like, you know, so you can see the 20 points on the hands, right? So to track these points, we have to enable the enable box. Now let's move to the part which we have to focus the most. That is, we have to follow our hand. Okay, so when the hand is detected, what has to be done? That's what we are going to do, and this has to be repeated again and again. So we are going to put it in a forever loop, that is the while loop. So while true, if hand dot is hand detected, okay, is hand detected, correct? So when it is detected, when the hand movement is detected, I want to set the X and the Y position. So I'm going to set the sprite, that is the Flappy Birds, set X position, hand dot, get hand position. Okay, and we have to give two parameters. Okay, so one is 1,8, that is for the x-axis, for the x position, and I'm going to give this, copy the same thing, Control C, y position. Okay, sprite dot set y hand position. Here I'm going to give 2,8. So let me explain what is this 1,8 and 2,8. So these parameters 1,8 and 2,8 are nothing but the finger points. Okay, so 1,8, that is the top of the finger point. So that, and then the 2,8, that means it follows the finger. So that is that is how we are giving the parameters for get hand position. So 1,8 and 2,8. So for x we have given 1,8 and y is 2,8. These are the finger points, where 8 is the top of the index position. So 1,8 top and base of the index fingers. So that 2,8, that is, it follows the finger. Okay, that's all. I forgot to include analyze hand function. So let me include hand dot analyze hand. Okay, so this function is used to analyze the image which is received as input from the camera. So in this case it is human hand detection. Okay, so now we have completed the coding for Flappy Bird. The next step is we have to code for the pipe, okay, for the sprite pipe. So in the sprite we have two things to do. So one is the sprite has to move up and move down. Okay, so these two things we have to make. So move and up and down with a time interval, not continuously. So 1 second up, 1 second down with a time interval. So I need to check if the Flappy Bird touches the sprite. Okay, another condition we have to check is when the Flappy Bird touches the sprite, I need to stop or start the game from the beginning. Okay, so we have to use time also. For that we have to import time. Okay, so I'm just giving import time. I'm sorry, I'm giving import time module. This is over. So this is we are importing this time module to use the time interval. So after this we are going to create a function for the movement of the pipe. So why do we want to create as a function? So that we can use that set of code n number of times. Okay, so I'm going to create def move function. Okay, now you can write the movement x and y coordinate of the pipe, from where it has to start, and movement initial height of the pipe, as well as the when it moves up, the increased height of the pipe. When it moves, what is the x and y coordinates? Initially, what is the x and y coordinate? So I am going to write sprite dot go to xy. Let me give the initial pointers 31. So wherever you want your pipe to be initially placed, you can place accordingly. So this is the place I want my pipe to be here. So let me check what is the x and y coordinate of the pipe. It is minus 132 and minus 130. So we'll give that here. It's 132 minus 130. So this is your initial height of the pipe. Okay, now after moving up initial, we have to wait for 1 second. So I'm going to use the time function time dot sleep for 1 second. Okay, now again we have to use, we have to move the pipe, we have to increase the movement of the pipe, right? So I'm giving y. So in this case, now the x-axis position will be the same. Okay, so only the y-axis, y position will be changing. So let's say let it be minus 112. Okay, you can move and see what is the position. So when it moves up, I need around minus 112. So this is my increased height. Okay, so you can move the pipe and see the y-axis and write y position and write the value here. Okay, again after this I want to stay my pipe for a second. So I am giving time dot sleep of 1 second. Okay, right? So after this we have completed. Now let's create a forever loop while true. So for what reason we are creating a forever loop? If the sprite touches the pipe, then it has to say oops, try again. So this procedure has to be followed n number of times, because anytime the floppy touches the pipe, this message has to be displayed and it has to go to the position. So I am going to write if sprite dot is touching. Okay, so is touching Flappy Bird. So I'm going to copy the same thing and pasting here, Control C, so that no error will come. Okay, when it touches the Flappy Bird, when the sprite, that is the pipe sprite, so the sprite should say I'm going to give oops, try again, and this message has to be displayed for 2 seconds, 3 seconds or 5 seconds. I'm going to give display. So this is done, and even after displaying, the pipe has to move. That movement should be there continuously. So I am calling the move function. We have defined a function, or user defined function move, I am calling it. So we have coded for the sprite pipe. Now we have coded for one pipe. So now we can duplicate the pipe n number of times. Suppose I need 3 pipes, so I can duplicate 3 times, 5 pipes 5 times. So I am going to duplicate it 4 times because I need totally 5 pipes. Okay, so I am clicking, right click, duplicates. So the pipe has come. So where you want to keep, you can do this. Okay, now you have to change only the X position. So I am going to change the X position of this. So the X position is here, is you can see here, -7. So I'm going to change it to -7. Okay, that's all. All the other is the same. Again we duplicate this pipe. Okay, so let's see the X position. It is 142. So I'm just going to change the X value alone, 142. Okay, this is also done. Again I'm duplicating the pipe. Okay, now I want to change the direction. I'm changing the direction of the pipe, 90. Okay, place it to 90. If you're unable to place, let's type 90, that's all. Okay, and I want my pipe somewhere here, like this, right? So let's check the X position of this pipe. It is -63. So now let's change our X position, -63. Here also -63. Done with this. Now let's change the Y position also here, because the pipe is here, so both the positions will change. So the Y position is here, is 131. Okay, when I move down, I want the Y position to somewhere around 120. That's all. So this is also done. Again let's duplicate this. Okay, I have placed here. Check the X position. It is 85. So I'm just changing the X position to 85. Y position will be the same because we have duplicated only this pipe. Okay, so I'm changing only the X position. Okay, so now we are done with the Flappy Bird and all the 5 pipes. Okay, the next one we have to do is we have to choose another sprite. I'm sorry, 1 second. Let's choose a sprite. I want a line. Okay, I'm typing line. Yeah, the line is here, and I want to change the direction of the line, 180. Okay, and move the line to the end. Right, now we have to write the coding for the line. So let's code the last part of the game. If my Flappy Bird touches the last line, that is the end line, then it will determine where the winning of the game, right? So for that, let's change the direction. We have changed the direction and placed it at the end. Now let's code. So I'm going to write, again we have to hand is equal to postnet, because we need to find out the position. I'm doing that, and then let's create a forever loop while true. Okay, if sprite dot, whenever it touches, right, if sprite dot is touching Flappy Bird. So I want the Flappy Bird here. Let's copy this one directly. Control C and then go to the sprite. Okay, when it touches the Flappy Bird, when Flappy Bird touches the hand dot video, we have to turn off the video. Once it touches when this Flappy Bird touches the end line, the finishing line, we have to turn off the video because we are ending with that. Okay, so we are turning off the video, and then what we are doing, sprite dot say you won. And I want this message to be displayed for 2 seconds. That's all. We completed. Let's execute and see. You can see here the Flappy Bird. With my hand position, it starts moving. Yes, it analyzes the hand and starts moving. Oops, because it touched the touched the pipeline. So the message display. Try again. Again, I'm trying. Slowly I'm trying. Yes, we should reach the end line. Oh, again. Oh my god. So let's try once more. So once more, let's go slowly and carefully. Oh, again. I made my pipes little bigger. No worries. Let's try again without losing hope. Yes, coming. It's very simple coding only if we understand the concept clearly. We should know what functions has to be used. Yay, hooray, you won. We have reached the end of the line. Hope you must have enjoyed Samala. Try this game and explore more games like this. Thanks for watching the video. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.